Well, all right, guys, today we've got a ruh-roh. And what I mean by that, we had a bag that had to get completely repainted. Our good buddy Thomas Lorella the other day called me 1 week ago, says, man, I got a problem. My buddy at a stoplight, he drove in the ass into my bag, destroyed the bag. So I said, no problem, man. Ship me the bag, we'll match the paint. So we got a hold of TOPSHOP, we got a new bag sent to us. Chris Fox, he laid his magic down, got it all repaired and fixed. I wish I had a damn picture to show you guys, but it was destroyed. We're getting this bag all put back together, and Mr. Lorella and him and his buddies can hopefully laugh about this for years to come. It costs a little bit of money now, I ain't gonna lie. This particular bike that I'm building right now was kind of the start for us of that style paint scheme. That kind of black cherry, I call it, candy apple colors. This was the first one we did, and then everybody was like, man, we gotta have that. And so we started, doing some bikes like that. There's, 3 or 4 of them out with similar, paint colors, but this thing was the OG. It's funny how the parts have kind of, changed a little bit over time for us. So, 3-4 years ago when we built this bike, we were using all Arlen Ness stuff. Over time of growing and gotten bigger and got our own parts line now. So if you look at this latch, this is what it used to be, and that's what we offer now. So big difference, as you can see. Called moving on up, baby. Got to use the red Loctite. I know I talk about it all the time. This is an OEM lid, right? This OEM lid, we put a template over it. We can cut it out, and we drop this Sounds Audio bucket down in here that fits a 6x9 speaker. It's got a gasket, that way if it gets some rain in here, nothing gets wet. We're gonna put this sound speaker back in this bike here. This package here is a 6x9 package that we use on this particular bike. I mean, it sounds good, so I'm sure he'll be excited to get this thing back up there. He's been 1 week without his motorcycle, so he's dying to get this thing back up there. Put this guy back on here. So what this does, this makes sure the bag, or the bag lid, doesn't open up past center. All right, lid's ready. Get this bag put together. Basically is what I'm doing right now. Since this bag's brand new, we're going to clearance all the carpet out of it. So we'll use this little pointed tip, die grinder. It does a good job cutting the carpet and not catching it and spinning it all around. That's why I use this particular tool every time. About halfway done with this. And this whole thing got brought up because these guys wanted to go have fun and go on a cruise. And his buddy hit him in the ass, tore his bag all to hell. So that's service after sales where I come in, and I got him a new bag all repainted. We're going back together with it right now. This deal actually worked out really sweet for him because I gotta have a bike that's getting delivered in Maryland tomorrow. So we were able to complete this whole process, getting a whole new bag, all rebuilt and redone and delivered to him in a little over the week. These bag rubbers are pretty important. These hold all the vibration and shock and shit that goes through your bag. So we'll get these in here. These are the saddlebag rubbers, and so what these do, this is what sits on the bag rails. So these are really important to get properly put in the bike, because they hold your saddlebag left to right. So when you pull up, at a stoplight behind a bike and his saddlebag's crooked, there's not the right gaps on it. 90% of the time they don't have these rubbers, or this stuff's just not aligned right. All right, that popped in there, we heard that. So now we got to drill a hole right here. It's a 3/4 inch hole. So what that does, that's for our bag lead. So it's got this nice rubber gasket that'll, go back in there and it'll seal that. That way the saddlebags are removable and, unpluggable. So we'll put us a 3/4 inch hole right here. That baby in there, nice watertight seal. Like that there, looks good. Put that on there. All right, well, another really cool part we put on our bikes here at SCC are these billet saddlebag guards. So I'm gonna have Josh kind of hold this up here because it's real finicky, because if you don't do it the way I'm doing it, you will drill through the side of your saddlebag and then you're back to square route 1. So we use an 1/8 inch bit and it's got a bump stop on it. That way you can't shoot through the side of the bag. So we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna go right down to that, I call it a bump stop, I'm race car talking, but we do that there. This here like that. Now, I'm not gonna name any names, but we've had this happen before. So that's where the bump stop comes into effect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So as you guys can see, it's got a billet bag guard back on it. Of course, we powder coat them black, but yeah, we've got his bag all back together now, and now all we gotta do is just put the lid on it. All right, so what we're doing right now, we're gonna put this bag on this here particular bike. I like to set everything up when it's bolted to a bag. That way you can just handle the lid easier. It's a lot simpler. And we'll get her bolted back on here. Let me get this out of your guys' way. These damn cords are awesome. They either hit you in the head though, or you trip over them, one or the other. We'll get her all buffed up, and then I've got a bike that's going to Maryland, like I was telling you earlier. And this thing's gonna leave here in a little bit and head up to him. I dropped a bolt. It doesn't help I put the lift at 6 foot in the f***ing air either, does it? Well, all right, we've got this lid all put on. This stuff's all repaired and all fixed, as you see. So Thomas Lorella, we got this baby all repaired. It's coming to you. It'll be there tomorrow, brother.